Hello, this is Steve Malone with Compass FX. I hope you're doing well today and you get some good trades. I've had some folks ask me if I would talk a little bit more about trading with multiple time frames. How do I do it and what time frames do I use? Today what I'm going to show you is the synergy model along with dots on a multiple time frame basis. Now if you're not familiar with synergy and you'd like to get a copy of it, wait towards the end of this video and I will give you a link to go download Synergy for free. The Synergy model is a model that I developed a number of years ago, back in the early 2000s. I gave it out to a few friends in 2005, and it has taken off globally. We've had hundreds of thousands of traders download the Synergy model and use it. As a matter of fact, a number of professional traders have really taken a liking to the Traders Dynamic Index. It is a slightly lagging indicator that shows sentiment in the marketplace and can be used to also show divergence compared to price action. The whole idea of the synergy model is if price action and market sentiment are moving in the same direction, you have a higher degree of probability of that trade working out. So let's talk about multiple time frame trading. The four time frames I typically use is the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15 minute, and the 5 minute. And let me talk about each one of these. The 4 hour is used for your overall big picture. And all I simply look for in a 4 hour chart is a bias. Are the average price bars above the price action channel? In this case, do I have blue average price bars rising above the price action channel, the two yellow lines? There's a long bias. Or do I have the red average price bars below the price action channel moving down? That's a short bias. Now, on the 4 hour chart, anytime you see the average price bar between the two yellow lines, the price action channel, there's no trading that pair. There's just way too much chop. Move on to another pair. Now that brings me to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart is my current trend. And what I'm looking for in my current trend is, do I have rising or falling average price bars? And is it matched to the yellow line, which is the market baseline? The yellow line, the TDI, represents the direction of the overall market. The green and the red line represent the current market sentiment. What generally happens is the green and the red line will move away from and back towards the yellow. However, if the yellow line's continuing to rise, we have a long trend. I want to see, in this case, like you see the yellow rising here, even though the average price bars started coming back here, the yellow line continued to rise during that same period. That means that the undercurrent, the overall direction of the market, is still on an upward trajectory. So in this case, I'm going to wait to see the average price bars continue to move up. Then I'm going to move down to my 15-minute chart. Now the 15-minute chart, this chart is my overall trading chart, and it's where I look for chart setups, chart patterns, other various trade setups. I look for those in the 15-minute. Now on the 5-minute chart, this is my entry-exit chart. This chart allows me to look for the opportunities to buy on a dip or to sell on a bounce. I can look to enter early or exit early. I can look for areas to where I could potentially scale out, all in that 5-minute chart. Now I have the Traders Dynamic Index on each one of them. And what I'm basically looking for is the situation to where maybe the 5-minute pulls back and takes a bounce and moves back in the direction of the higher time frame. Same thing here. You can see that right here, the yellow market baseline is kind of flattening out. We see that happening across here in the 1 hour chart. Okay? So this is the process I go through when I trade. Now let's break it down to what took place this morning. So this morning, this blue bar coming out or rising up out of the average price bars, that represents the start of the U.S. session. And all I'm looking for is blue average price bar rising and matching what I see with the market baseline. Then I go down to my 15-minute. Well, my 15-minute chart, let's take a look, and there is the start of the day. Now on this one, I'm literally looking for the average price bars to break and move out. I'm going to be looking for that. Now guess what? I go down to my 5-minute chart, and we'll take a look at this. On my 5-minute chart, move it over, there's 1500 hours. Now, this is important. The 5-minute has already started making a move out. But over here, it hasn't yet. What you're looking for is consensus. You want to see that a higher time frame other than the 5-minute is making a move. And notice this, that this started making a move and then it hit the top of the price action channel and fell back over. Notice here what took place. Now if you had stepped in early, you put your stop underneath the price action channel, you would not have gotten stopped down and the market makes a move. Now this is key. When I put the dots method, which shows levels of entry, exit, and targets on the chart, I have an idea now where to get in and where to get out. And here's the beautiful thing. When the synergy and the dots are put together, I get clarity of what to do. And when I see confluence, when I get, in this case, this is the buy entry. That was the buy entry at 125.44, okay, based on the dots. Then when I look over here and I see this breaking above the price action channel and this coming out and moving up to it here, look over here. When it comes out of the price action channel, it's sitting in the ballpark of 125.44. I've got confluence of two different ways of looking at the marketplace and I have an entry. Now then, here's the beautiful thing about dots is I've got an exit, again below the price action channel here, but it's down here. This is my buy stop loss level. And I also have my buy target number 1 and my buy target number 2. Now here's the beautiful thing about the synergy. See how the average price bars are rising above and beyond and moving away from the price action channel? That shows momentum, that shows trend direction, and now look what it does. This one specifically pins right to the buy target number 2, as if it knew exactly where to go. It went up there and it achieved the buy target number 2 before falling over. Now this is when I really start using it from an exit point of view. I get a red bar coming back. If I haven't already exited the trade, then I'm going to be exiting on that red bar, and I'm exiting near the top. This up here was in the ballpark when it closed around 25.60, and over here 25.60 puts me near the top, not quite, but near the top of that second blue bar. That's how I put it all together. And notice that when this was moving up, look at the Trader's Dynamic Index. It's making a move up. Look over here, Trader's Dynamic Index, green and red. Green over the red moving up, and here too we're seeing the green rising just a little bit up, but the green is rising, moving in the direction of the yellow market baseline. So I'm putting all these things together and I get clarity as to what to do when I trade the market. Now then, again, if you want the synergy model, what you want to do is go over to www.compassfx.com/synergy. Register and download a free copy of the synergy model that's been used by hundreds of thousands of traders around the globe. Even professionals, like I said, have taken a liking to the Trader's Dynamic Index. One other comment I want to answer real quick is, well, now that I've got my chart set up the way I want, how do I keep them that way? There's a tool in MetaTrader 4 called Profiles. If you go up to File, Profiles, you'll find it. Better yet, go up to the top toolbar where the icons are. You'll find this toolbar. It's called the Standard Toolbar, and one of the icons is the Profiles icon. Okay, what you first want to do is you want to create the charts the way you want. Make sure they're exactly the way you want them to be. Then click on the Profiles and go to Save Profile As, and then give it a name. Now I've named this profile Synergy.MTF for multiple time frame. And let me make a suggestion. Make 2 copies, because anytime you add something to a chart, that is automatically written into the profile. So as you see here, I've added this line, I've added this vertical line, that's automatically added to the charts in that profile. So if you want to keep the original profile as you originally designed it, make a copy of it. So again, folks, that's how I go about doing multiple time frames. A 4-hour for the overall picture, the overall bias, the 1 hour for current trend, the 15-minute as my trade chart looking for chart patterns and chart setups, and then coming down to the 5-minute chart with the dots on the 5-minute chart and looking for entries and exits, buying on dips or selling on rallies or bounces off of resistance. It's a great technique to do. If you want to know more about the dots indicator, go to www.compassfx/dots. It's a wonderful tool. I got a great room of folks who've been using the dots and identifying with clarity points to enter the trade and points to exit the trade. And it's amazing how many times we'll see the market literally move right up to a level and come right off that level as if it knew exactly where to go. Well, this is Dean Malone with Compass FX. Hope some of this information has helped you to identify the way that I set up a multiple time frame chart and how I go about trading it. With that, y'all make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.